Hi everyone, Jessica here from Paper Ink Stamp and welcome back to my channel. So today I am sharing with you a haul video. So like I explained in my last video, some of these bits are from before Christmas that I was just waiting to do a haul video for, and to be honest I just never got around to doing it, but I'd still had them set to one side. So I'm going to show you those. I got not very much for Christmas, but a small handful of products for Christmas, and then just things that I've bought sort of up until now. So I thought I would just share them with you, at least so some of them I can actually put away now. But yeah, let's get into today's haul video. Okay, so this is my kind of pre-Christmas haul that I did. So I purchased a kind of mystery Nuvo pack from the Tonic Studios website. So all Nuvo products, but you just kind of get a mixture of things in here. So this was, I believe this was only about £10 or £15. So again, you know, I was planning to show this kind of before Christmas because you've got some Christmas stuff in here. But this was just a bundle, so they put some stuff together, and really it's just a sort of to have a play with lots of different Nuvo products. So a couple of these bits I did actually already have, so obviously this just comes as a mystery pack, you don't know what you're going to get. So I got this pack of Nuvo alcohol markers. This is the Flamingo Pinks. I did recently actually give away all of my Nuvo alcohol markers in my destash video from last year, and they sold, so I think I'm just going to put this in for another giveaway. And at least then, maybe if you're new to alcohol colouring, or you know, you want to have a go at a different brand, something like that, you know, then you've got three kind of colours that do work perfectly together. Then we've got some sequins. So again, this is kind of a Christmas mix. This is Jingle All the Way. So we've got 4 bottles of sequins in here. Now, I did end up using these, I think it was the red and green when I did my Craft World live Ready Steady Craft session. I did end up using these, but in here you've got Antique Copper, Festive Gold, we've got Ruby Red, and we have Olive Green in there as well. So just some bottles of sequins. I definitely want to get into using kind of sequins and things a little bit more, but I need to come up maybe with a few ideas of, you know, how to sort of use them a little differently, maybe than just in shaker cards, maybe than just adding them as embellishments. So we got those. Then we've got 4 Nouveau Drops. So this one here, this is the bright gold. So I've already got one of these. I've kept it in that packaging. And again, then I'm going to pop that in with my next giveaway with the Nouveau alcohol markers. But again, that's the bright gold in the crystal drops. And then these 3 here, so these ones I haven't got, I've already swatched these onto my swatch sheets. So this is the glitter drops, and this is Glistening Sky, so we've got this lovely blue. We've got the vintage drops, and this is Coral Blush. So I really like the Nouveau drops because they dry matte, so they don't have a glossy or glitter or metallic finish to them. And then this one here, this is the Crystal Drops again, and this is Crushed Grape. So we have that really lovely purple colour there. Then we have got, this is the Nouveau Expanding Mousse, and this colour is Hammered Copper. So I've never used this before, so I haven't even opened this one. I have just an Embellishment Mousse in a kind of minty colour that I don't really get out that much, but I've never used this Expanding Mousse. So it's just kind of like that moussey consistency in that, a really, really beautiful colour. So again, you know, I've got some stencils that I've just bought, so maybe we'll have a look, you know, at like testing out this product with something like a new stencil. So that is that product. Then if I just move these aside, so here we have, these are Nuvo glitter markers. This is Sugar Rush, and so these are water-based glitter marker pens. So if I just grab a scrap, so I've already had a little play with these and got the ink to the end. So when you first get it, that end is doesn't have any colour in it, so you need to kind of hold that down to get some colour through. But if I just colour that onto some card. So this would be good for colouring in kind of die cuts or sentiments and things if you want that kind of glittery finish. And then you can just hold it down just to get a little bit more kind of colour out there. Hopefully you can see that kind of glitter in there. So that one there is Anthea Blue. Hopefully I've said that right. We've got Strawberry Bonbon. So again, the same thing. just colour with them, and they got tons of that beautiful glitter in there. And then this one is Wild Lavender. So I'm not sure that I would go down the route of collecting all of these, but you know, they can certainly be integrated into my crafting supplies. And if I do find that I use them quite a bit, then you know, that's good. Then I can. So you can see that shimmer in there. They are really beautiful, and again, I would probably use them more so just for colouring in kind of small die cuts and sentiments, things like that. So those are those pens. And then lastly, I have got some Nuvo Aqua Flow markers. This is Autumn Woodlands. This is a brush tip watercolour pen. So I have some Spectrum Noir sort of shimmer pens. The only one I really use in that one is this one here, which is this clear one, but I do have the set of all the others. But with these, they're actual colours in here. So again, I'm just gonna, I haven't played with these at all. So this one is called Spiced Ginger, so really beautiful. So with these, so you just have to remove that little yellow band there, and then just pop this back together. So we're going to take that off. So you can see that brush is still extremely clean there. We've got an indication there of where to press, and that kind of matches up with the logo on the other side. If I just turn this around, so we're just going to press that, and we should begin to see that colour. I don't know if you can see it kind of in the barrel itself, but that colour is kind of coming down then into our brush. So I've got quite a bit out there. Maybe I squeezed it just a little too much, but that colour is really beautiful. So this isn't watercolour paper, so it's gonna kind of give it a funny mark underneath. But that colour is very beautiful. Again, I would probably use these more for colouring in die cuts and things like that, but that is a fantastic colour. Then here we have, this is a Rustic Oak. So again, just undo it, take that yellow band off, and then we can just give it a gentle squeeze. I'm just going to do it a little gently to begin with, just to get that colour in, so we don't end up with a lot like that orange one. Oh, even though that's just happened. So the very deep brown shade just there. You could use this as well on some watercolour paper and then kind of create your own. That is a very deep brown colour there. And then lastly we have the green. This is Evergreen of Fern. So again, let's just take that off. Go, and then that is, so again, another really beautiful green colour. So there's those. Again, they're very saturated. You'd have to wait till they just dry back a little bit, but yeah, really beautiful colours there with those. So that is then those Nuvo Aqua Flow pens. I'd imagine there's a lot more in that set that you can purchase, and again, maybe then we need to come up with a few different ways of using these. Okay, so that is my sort of pre-Christmas haul just there. So I'm going to move these off to one side. So next I'm going to show you some products that I did get for Christmas. Again, I didn't get kind of too much here. Okay, so some quite nice colourful things we got here. So the first thing I'm going to show you is not the blending brushes, but the stand itself. So I got a second one of these. So if I just bring this other one in, I have got, so this one here at the back is for my Distress Oxides, and then this front one with the black brushes, they are for any of my dye inks, so my Distress inks and then my Prism watercolour inks as well. So I've got two of these now just to hold these blending brushes, and I keep those just in front of my mat. So that was those. I picked up a few of these bottles. I think I did show you this in a previous video, not sure which, just when I was using it. So this is the Crafter's Companion glue bottles, and then they come as 2 in a pack, and then you do have as well that pin that goes just straight in the top and goes all the way down. At the moment in here I am using, this is the Premier Craft glue from Hunky Dory. So I've just decanted it into here just because I've got that fine nib on it then. I have ordered, it hasn't turned up yet, I was hoping it was so I could do this video, but I've ordered some of the Nouveau Deluxe glue from Crate and Craft. They had, I think it was £10 and they had 3 bottles, and I thought, well, it's normally about £5 a bottle from other websites. So this one I'm going to keep just with this glue probably until it runs out, because I have just got a little bit left in there. That's why I had it upside down in my pot. But yeah, I've pretty much gone through quite a lot of this in a short space of time. But I want to try it then with the say the Nouveau Deluxe adhesive, but I've got that in there for the moment. So this has really been kind of a game changer for all of those sort of small places. Then I got another set of distress inks. So I'm not sure which pack this was, but we've got Fossilized Amber, Mermaid Lagoon, Abandoned Coral and Cracked Pistachio. I'm fairly certain this is the bundle that goes together, because I did actually end up putting these away. So I hope these 4 colours are in a pack together. I'm fairly certain it was these. But yeah, so they are being added in. I then bought another one of these. So I already had one and I thought it was very, very good. These are mini Dobbers. So when I was creating my swatch sheets for my distress inks, and certainly the oxide, so this originally I used for just regular dye inks, and then I kind of cleaned it, and because then I wanted to use these for my oxides, I basically just cleaned them, did my swatches, and then I decided just to buy another one or have another one for Christmas. So I have written on here, so this one is for my regular inks, this is for my distress oxides. I don't want to mix them up. So yeah, I've kept them in these little tubes. So these are really great. This is just from Amazon, and you just have these coloured little finger Dobbers, and they all just come back into each other. And they're really, really fantastic if you're trying to get into sort of small areas and things. These really are great for that. So again, I've just labelled them up. You could do it a lot neater, have it look a lot nicer, but to be honest, just writing on it, you know, is absolutely enough for me. So yeah, I picked up a second one of those. And something then that I had wanted for a little while, so this is a colour wheel. So this is double-sided, you can see. So I watch a lot of Kathy Zilski videos, and she talks about the colour wheel and, you know, different colour schemes and how to pick colours and things. And sometimes I do struggle putting colour combinations together, or really, you know, something that is pleasing to the eye. And this is brilliant. So there's lots of different ways of using this. So basically you can just use, you know, these 3 colours together. So if the green, let's just say the normal green was the colour, you know, my main colour I wanted to use, so I could then do a green yellow and a green blue, and that would work really nicely together. Or I can do a triad, which is to like contrasting colour. So I could do green, I could do orange. You just follow the triangle here, so orange, green, and then violet. Or I could do complementary, which would be green and red. Or I could do split complementary, which is green, red, orange, and violet, red. So, you know, lots of different ways you can use this just to help kind of you know, elevate your cards a little bit with your kind of colour scheme. And then this side is exactly the same, it's just got lighter colours on here. So you've got tints here, so starting from a very pastel, going up to a lot stronger. And then this one, you've got shades, so going from light more into a dark colour there. So this has really been helping quite a lot. Again, it's really fun to use as well, to be honest. But it just means that I can pick the colours that I want to put together. And then I find this a lot easier to kind of take it to my Craft Perfect cardstock and sort of pick those colours that I want to use. So yeah, that was my little Christmas bundle there. As I said, I've put an order in with Crate and Craft. So I bought some of their Crate and Craft tape runners. So I don't know how much is on this. They don't last terribly long, and you can't refill these, but they do an offer. I think it's normally you get 6 for £10, I think it is, but every so often they have a deal of a buy one get one free, so you actually get 6 free, so you get 12 for £10, and I think that does make it worth it. You know, these are really great just to stick something down a lot quicker. So you'll see me pulling these out more in my future videos. I've already gone through one, this is the second one, and so I've got 10 left. You know, for £10, for 12, I really don't think that's too bad of a deal. Like I said, I am still waiting then for my Nouveau Deluxe adhesive to come through, 3 bottles of that, so you might see those in videos when they turn up. And then I did buy, for my brother's Scan and Cut, I really needed a new mat. Mine is very worn. I've had it a couple of years now. So I bought a new one of those. I'm not sure when that's due to be dispatched, but it was a little bit of a later dispatch when I placed the order, which is fine. So I'm waiting for that. But yeah, so for the minute, all I've got to show you is just my tape runners. Then I had, so I'll bring this in just on the side view. So then I had a commission where I needed some glitter. So I don't actually own any glitter. I'm not really sure how much glitter is used in card making really much anymore. But I wanted to make sure that I had a good variety for the commission that I had to do. So I picked up, this is the Artisan Premium Glitter. This is the extra fine. So we have got 48 glitter jars in here. We have just regular kind of colours. We've got neon colours in here. We have holographic colours as well. We have a glow in the dark as well, which is pretty cool. So I bought this from Amazon. I think it was £18 for all of these. They come, the other thing that I quite liked was they come in quite small pots and they have these easy to pour lids on them as well. So it's got kind of a more like a spice jar, you know, that has two sides to it. So it had a much finer application to one side, which was great for what I was doing. So I can't really tell you too much about what I was doing with it because that is a future magazine coming out. But yeah, so I really enjoyed using the glitter actually, and obviously because I've got so much now, I have to find different ways of using it on my project. And then from that comes my last little haul that I did. So this was from the range, and this was last week. So I needed a die to go with one of my commissions again. So I bought this one. This is the X-Cut Peony die. So this was actually on sale. It was supposed to be £9.99 I think it was, and it was on sale for £5. And you can see it's very, very large. So in terms of size, it's about 4.5 inch square there. So I'm going to be making a card using that just to show you, but a really fantastic kind of showstopper die there, absolutely beautiful. And then I just picked up a few other things. So these here, these, whatever price they were originally, they went down to £3.99, but these are actually £2 again in the range. So this is Annabelle Spenceley. I've seen, these are by Crafter's Companion, and I've seen a few of these just regular, not necessarily Christmas designs, and I really, really love them. They're great sizes. They've got some great sentiments in there, and I think they'll just be really good for colouring and practicing colouring as well. So I've got these two. Yeah, so this one here is called Oh What Fun, and then we have this one which is Hello Winter. So we've got the little girl with the reindeer, again a really fantastic size there to practice colouring. We've got the little grass, we've got the presents, other little bits. We've got Friendly Festive Wishes, Sparkle and Shine, For a Close Friend at Christmas, and then Hello Winter. This one, Oh What Fun, A Little Gift for You, Joy, Bring Some Christmas Cheer. And I think these would be great on tags, like Christmas tags as well. So it's worth, if you want to kind of stock up for Christmas next year, they'll have some reduced items knocking around shops and online shops and things. So it's a great time to kind of stock up. But so I got those, they were £2 each. And then these Craft Sensation stencils, I've got quite a few packs of these, and every time I go in I like to just have a look and see what else they've got in there. So this one was kind of a basic stencil pack. So we've got just circles and lines in this one. And then lastly, these ones, I don't think any of these really have any names. Sometimes I like to do quite a basic background and then have like that more focal point on front, and kind of stencils like this I think work perfectly. So I don't think these cost very much. They're only a couple of £2 for these sets of stencils, but you get 5 stencils in here, and yeah, I've bought quite a few of them and they've always worked really nicely for me, and you get to be able to kind of build up your stencil stash quite quickly. So that was really a look at all of the items that I got, like I said, over Christmas, before Christmas, and yeah, I've got some, like I said, some more things coming, but it's nice just to kind of be able to put everything away then and make the most of it, and really just show you over, you know, bigger hauls, what I have got. So like I said, that's the haul. In my last video, I did want to share with you, because I didn't have time to do it in that video, I wanted to share just a little bit of storage and things that I have made for my all my glues and things. So I'm going to show you that next quickly. So this is my storage caddy, so that I keep on my desk. I've had to zoom out my camera just to get it all in because it is quite big. And I've had this for a little while now. I've had it on my desk, you know, with all of these supplies that you can see in here now, and it was really starting to get on my nerves, to be honest, because everything was getting really messy. It was difficult to keep tidy and keep organised. And yeah, I wanted to create something that would just really help that organisation. And my kind of inspiration for this came from one of Sam Calcott's videos, and she made kind of a storage caddy sort of custom to what she needed to put in it on her YouTube channel. And so because I had this, I didn't want to create sort of exactly what she was making, but she kind of inspired me then to use some grey board and just some pattern papers and create, you know, some compartments just to try and organise this all a little better. So I've not added anything or taken anything away from this in terms of what I keep in here. You can see I've got my Misty, I've got my die cutting plates or folder for my Gemini Mini. I've got ink pads, my chamois scissors. I've got a few tools in here. I've got liquid adhesives, double-sided tape and foam pads. And then in here I just keep much smaller bits and pieces. I've got some washi tape, I've got my anti-static powder bag, I've got my distress tool, my rubber, some post-it notes and my adhesive eraser. So I really love this, and you know, it's fantastic. At first I thought it was absolutely huge and I thought there's no way I'm going to fill that, but of course then the more you grab things, the more you use stuff, you know, the more I ended up filling this up. But yeah, I wanted somehow of creating more organisation for this, just so it looked a little better. So all I did was took, like I said, some grey board and some patterned paper. This is a first edition's paper pad. And I just created some storage, you know, sections for this. So I'm gonna show you what it's like. So in this particular one, so I have got my Memento ink pad, I've got my VersaFine, I have my Simon Says Stamp clear ink, and then I did end up putting this little VersaFine, which is just a smaller version of that, back in there, but to be honest I don't really use it. And then I've got my stamp chamois. So that's what I needed to go in that section, in that compartment. So basically what I built was these removable inserts, and that was a real big thing for me, was the fact they were removable. So, you know, you can see my compartment in there, and if I just put this back in, you could probably see quite quickly how over time, you know, this would get quite messy. My lids would kind of come off my ink pads and things like that. But, you know, I've made a custom storage for this. So this front one, I needed it to just be big enough to hold, or just wide enough to put those 3 ink pads in. And they're not going anywhere, they're not going to fall down or anything like that. That is the perfect size. So, like I said, all I did was take some grey board. So this is really sort of nice and sturdy. I did it quite properly, I would say, where I added kind of the supports and things in there under the patterned paper, just so it was stable. I wanted it to be long lasting, but again, I wanted it to be removable. So I've done a curved front piece, and all of this, you know, is all decorated. If I show you that side, even the sides that you don't see, these are all decorated as well. And yeah, I've got the sides there going up at the angle. It goes up as a slope, just like this does. I really kind of followed the design. The only piece I haven't put in is a piece to go there, which would be here for this middle section. I didn't think I really needed that piece. But yeah, these are just removable pieces that you can put in and out so easily. So again, if I just bring this back, so like I said, I needed to make sure I had enough space for my ink pads, but then also enough space to fit this big tub in there as well. So I started with that front curve. I then built the sides, and then I just seen, you know, where I needed to put the compartment, and even this is slightly curved as well. And literally all it does is it just simply slots back in there. If I just tilt it, so you can see that patterned paper of all the front pieces. You can see that there, and then quite simply these fit so well into here, and then again, like that doesn't move hardly in there. It just slots in and out. I can get it in and out, and you know, that all stays so well organized in there. And then I can even just drop in that little cube. So put that one in first. I can move that into that corner, and there you have it. I'm so pleased with how this has turned out. Yeah, I think it's just brilliant, and it's kept this so organized. I've had this for probably about a month or so now, and yeah, absolutely fantastic. So this side, this just has 2 compartments, very generic on this side. So if I wanted to swap this out, I absolutely could. I've got plenty of space in this top one, you know, for more than just that. And then again, I like to keep my mini Misty just on hand, and I was finding I was keeping it in there. So again, just enough space to fit that in. The biggest compartment I was having trouble with is my adhesive. Again, if I hold it up, I was having problems with this compartment here because I had the glues, I had my double-sided tape, and all of my foam pads, but I've got, you know, kind of bigger foam pads, and then at the back much smaller ones, and they would get lost and everything would be kind of let down and things like that, and it was really just it wasn't making for a very great experience. So this was the compartment that I started with. I wasn't necessarily planning to do a compartment for each of these. I did in the end, but this was the most important one here. I absolutely love it. I really do. If you've got something like this and you're looking for a better, you know, bit of organization, something like this, just custom build it to what you need. Absolutely fantastic. Even if you needed to do this in a drawer or something like that, you know, you could absolutely build an insert to go in it. The last little one that I'm going to show you and actually pull out is this front one here. So in the middle here, I've just got some of my tools and things. I've still got a little pot just sitting on my desk for other tools. These are the stuff that I reach for like all the time, and I don't want to have to go finding them in there. I do keep them just in here. But yeah, so things, you know, like my spatulas and Aqua pens and stuff just stays in there. But so this middle section, if I just move my clip, again, absolutely removable. So the thing that was bothering me with this particular compartment was then I have all of these smaller pieces as I went through, you know, anti-static powder bag, my tape, so I've got my rubber, my pencil sharpener, my distress tool. You know, this stuff would always get lost in the bottom. It would always get really messy, and it really wasn't utilizing that space particularly much. But you know, for this particular one here, I've just added a little bit of decoration in there. But this one I actually created a false bottom. So I haven't decorated underneath here because I didn't need to, but you can see how I've built this. So we've got the grey board, and I just built these tabs, much like Sam did in her video. Again, I took a lot of inspiration from hers, and I just made these tabs. This is what I've done across the whole rest of the compartments. I've then just obviously covered it with the patterned paper, but that is really all it is. But this is, I've done it on both sides, and it really is nice and strong. Not that I put much heavy stuff in here, but it is strong. So the reason I've built a kind of fake shelf, if you like, is because all the stuff, the smaller stuff I need to reach, I can now reach it because it's much higher, rather than having to kind of dive through the whole of this deep compartment. But then I still have that full section at the back where I was keeping my scissors. So again, in here I can just keep these things, these little niggly things that tend to get lost. I can keep them nice and organized in here. I know where my pencil sharpener is, I know where my rubber is, and again then the 3 widths of just of tape that I use, these are all hunky-dory. I have got, I think it's 2 more I've got, but you know, these are the main 3 widths that I use. So I just keep them in here, and I keep them on hand. And again then, it's just gonna slot so perfectly into there. And like I said then, just these bits, so much easier to grab and see, and there they are. And then I do put my 2, I've got 3 pairs of scissors that I use. So I've got my snips, these are the Tonic Studio snips, belong to my nan. These are my Tim Holtz left-handed scissors, and then these are the sort of second largest pair of scissors. So I don't use the real big ones, but I do use this if I'm just cutting up a piece of paper, like roughly or something. So rather than having to spin around and get them off my pegboard, I do just keep those in there. These ones I do keep in this pot. I could absolutely keep them in there. There is space to add another pair, but I didn't want to kind of damage the paper or anything like that. So I do keep those just in that pot. But then those scissors do sit there. And additionally then, it takes them out of this middle section that was really getting filled up, and I couldn't kind of find what I wanted. So I've got things like my precision reverse tweezers in there. Sometimes they go in there, sometimes they go in the other pot, but yeah, I just kind of keep everything organised, and I'm so happy with how this looks. And it was just really simple to make. Again, it took a little time because of the shape. It was, you know, if it was a square, it's a lot easier to make, but because this had sort of angles and it's, you know, the top of it slopes up and the front pieces are rounded and things. But yeah, I absolutely just love this now as fantastic organisation. So if I just kind of, it's difficult to get it in camera because it's so big, but yeah, I just absolutely love this. If you have something that really needs some organising, check out Sam's video of the caddy that she created for her desk, or just do something like I've done. Take that inspiration and yeah, just absolutely apply it to whatever you've got, and it'll just work perfectly. So that is it for this video. Again, it might end up being a little bit longer because I did really want to talk about this in a video. But yeah, and then that was the hauls, my last few hauls that I've done since just before Christmas. So if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so you don't miss out on any future videos. That's it for today. Thanks very much for watching and happy crafting.